we have some special guests here. Well, everyone here who's here is a special guest, and we're just so pleased that you all decided you'd come out and help us celebrate. I would like to introduce some of those that are non-dancers that you might not know, and perhaps you might speak to them sometime during the night. And of course, we know the dancers, and of course, Jerry and I know the other folks that are part of our family and extended family, and we don't have many of our main family here, but first person I want to introduce is our son, Lacey, who is this guy over here with the curly hair. That he is an artist. He is our son. Yeah. He lives in Ruston. He's also and he helps Jerry out on that computer all the time. We do have 3 other children, but John, who lives here, is on a trip, and they had already planned their trip. And our other 2 daughters, one is in San Francisco, one's in New Orleans. We have 3 grandchildren. They all live in New Orleans. We have 2 and about a third great-grandchildren, and they are in New Orleans. So we'll see them in another couple of weeks. We'll be going down there and all get together there. Jerry's brother Bill is here. He's the young Bill lives in Ruston. He's retired, and he is a golfer, or he has been a golfer. He may not do it now, but he did for a long time. And then we have Bill's son Greg, Jerry's nephew. Greg is standing over here at Sibley, which is over in the Minden area, not the one near Shooter. And he's got 2 children. They're both in Tech. And former sisters-in-law, Mary Richardson, and she lives in Ruston, and Gail Stinson, and she lived in Ruston. And we have a special couple here who was Jerry's best man in our wedding. Wow. And this is Ray and Dorothy Young. In Wisner, and they've been in Wisner for many, many years. Ever since he got out of the Navy, got his master's degree, and he started work and never left. He was also once the mayor of Wisner. But before that, when the 2 guys were about to get their wings, when they finished their flight training in the same class and were about to get their wings, well, my mother knew ahead of time we were going to get married, so we had about 3 months or so to plan. And Dorothy's mother had about a week to plan her wedding. And they got married a week before we got married, just 1 week. So they were married the 20th, and we were married the 27th here in Ruston. And it's been nice knowing them all these years. They have 4 children and a bunch of grandchildren. And we also shared living quarters. After we got married, we both were out in California. That was their first duty station after they got their wings. And they had to find where they were going to be and then find a place to live. And we ended up renting a house for a few weeks, and then we had to move from there. We rented another downstairs part of a duplex and lived there for, I don't know, a few months, I think. So finally we separated. It was time to move on. Okay. Then we have round dance friends here, people that have been in our round dance classes, and they've danced with us, whether in class or not, and former round dance friends. There's some that have been with in our classes and no longer dance anymore, but we still keep them in our hearts. And then we have square dance friends and former square dancers. We've been in square dancing for 31 years, a million years. So we've known a lot of people, and it's been a wonderful activity to get to know people around the state and even outside the state, and travel to dance, and drive and have a good time and drive home. And I want to mention some friends we know of who have December anniversaries, and there probably are others. and that's Ray and Dorothy Young. Willard and Reed Bradford, where are y'all? Willard and Reed Bradford, way back there. And Hugh and Ruth Gamble, they're back there. And they've been friends, both couples, with dancing a long time. And I want to give our thanks to the callers and cuers. I think we have 3 callers and 2 cuers, and they will introduce themselves. But our biggest thanks are to Rita Stewart and Kay Ham, because Rita was the spearhead behind this idea, and the Trinity Twirlers, and everybody worked together and put on something that's going to be great. We just appreciate that so much. Thank you to everybody.
Well, we're going to grab some for you.